All right, y'all. So my Transformers, if you don't watch this live, we can definitely watch it later today or tomorrow. But this teaching is an important one because I know along our fitness and health journey, we've all struggled with late night eating. And not just actually eating food late night, which we probably have anyway, but I don't think it's a late night eating struggle thing. I think it's an all day eating struggle thing. But specifically when it comes to late at night, people say, is it good? Is it bad? What does most health and fitness industry people say? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, is it good? Is it bad? Is it something you should do? Is it something you should avoid? All right. So when it comes to late night eating, the real focus should not be on when I eat, but it should be on what I am eating and how much of it am I eating. That's always the most important factor. It's not like if I eat a piece of steak at 9 o'clock at night, it's going to digest differently and my metabolism going to work differently at 9 o'clock at night than it would at 9 in the morning. It doesn't work like that, you know. So it's not about what I eat per se, but it's about it's not about when I eat it, but it's about what am I eating, and it's about how much of it am I eating. So the definition of late night eating, just a little working definition of it, is going to be eating past dinner. Is that Daniel? Is that?
That's Brianna.
Oh, you got a baby too? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me take that back. Let me mute you because we got too many babies out here. All right. So the definition is eating past dinner. So that includes late night snacking, eating food beyond your normal hours of food consumption. All right. So let's say if some people eat dinner at 5, 6, 7, or whatever the case is. Anything you eat after that would be considered late night eating. But let's say if you don't eat dinner until man, till the sun goes down, or it's about to be sundown, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, that is still considered late night eating as well, because that's later than the norm of the 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So we're about to see, is that good or is that bad? So the main reason I said I wanted to teach this is because this topic causes a lot of people to condemn themselves, feel guilty or shameful, make poor decisions, and even throw away their goals out the window because they say, oh man, I just can't stop eating late at night. I can't stop eating late at night. I just always eat. I'm hungry. So then you start feeling guilty about being hungry when you should never feel guilty about being hungry. Being hungry means that my hormones are working, because hunger is an actual hormone that gets released. So it's like my hormones are working. If I'm hungry, that's my body saying, and if I feel like, you don't necessarily have to eat because you're hungry, but if I feel like eating something, I can. So, like I said, this program is about freedom, not about restrictions. It's not about making you feeling guilty or condemned or anything. So the question is, remember, it's not when I eat, but what I eat. So I'm gonna solve that first. So the type of food you should eat at night, guess what, Transformers? It's lean protein, colorful fruits and veggies, healthy fats, and smart carbohydrates. These are the food groups that we have been practicing over these 10 weeks. So you should be like, whew, I'm in luck. I can eat at night. And if I eat at night, let me stick to the foods that I've been learning how to eat all along, which are my lean protein, colorful fruits and veggies, healthy fats, and smart carbohydrates. The main reason why people, a lot of people in the nutrition industry and doctors will tell you that it is bad to eat at night is because of what we choose to eat and how much of it we're eating. Because we late at night, 9 times out of 10, we don't go for, I put on my paper, we don't go for the what is that? We don't go for the foods that are higher in nutrients and lower in calories, like your lean protein, smart carb, colorful fruits and veggies, and healthy fat. We go for the foods that are lower in nutrients, meaning it has zero to little nutritional value and it has a higher calorie food. So we go for things like bags of chips, donuts, pastry, cakes, pop, soda, pizza, burgers, ice cream, candy bar, fast food, chicken wings, and fries. And those are the foods we usually go after. Yes, that's not, first of all, that's not good to eat at 2 o'clock, let alone 10 o'clock at night. None of those foods. So to eat these foods at any time, night or any time, are not beneficial for your goals. Again, remember, I'm not saying you can't eat those foods, or I'm not saying I've never eaten those foods or I don't eat those foods. What I am saying is this: those foods, especially late at night, are detrimental, but anytime during the day to your goals. So that's why it's not about when I eat, it's about what I'm eating. Is my food highly processed food late at night, high in fat, high in sodium? Also, foods high in refined sugars are bad for everyone, especially diabetics or pre-diabetics, because they spike the glucose level, which makes it harder to actually burn fat because your body is trying to burn all that sugar that you're getting. So those foods are bad anyway, and those are the foods we choose to eat late at night. So if you ever hear someone tell you it's bad to eat late at night, 9 times out of 10, with small exceptions, they're going to be like, it's because of the food that we eat and the amount of it. Not so if you tell somebody, yeah, man, shoot, I had tofu and broccoli last night. It was like 10 o'clock and I ate it. And they said, man, that's bad. You should eat that. Ask them why. Why shouldn't I eat that? They gonna say, well, because you're not supposed to eat. Why? Who said that? Who made that rule? You're not. It's not a rule. That's a restriction that people usually rebel against anyway. And they said, forget it. If I'm eat late at night, I might well go get the candy bar and the Dairy Queen and all that other stuff. Okay, so don't like just throw that out your mind that it's negative to eat late at night, right? So because our late night choices, the only reason why it becomes bad is because they are usually they consist of fast, convenient food, convenience store food, drive-through foods, or food that lack any nutritional value and is a detriment to your health. It is usually Late night eating is usually full of mindless eating while doing mindless activity that distracts us from using our mind to make these better food choices. So I'm just trying to shine light on why late night eating would be considered bad, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean it's bad to eat late at night. And I put, however, since we teach you to eat in portion sizes and to make healthy food choices, we don't have to worry about making those aforementioned choices because we're not teaching you to eat those highly processed foods high in sodium, salt, sugar, and all that other stuff. We're teaching you how to eat and make healthier decisions, okay? And even if, and I always say this for late night eaters, the goal is not to eat the bull crap, but if you do happen to eat the bull crap, let's try to still be mindful. You can eat the food that is detriment to your health. Understand what I'm trying to say? You can eat those foods. I don't believe in this moderation thing because moderation always gets out of control. What is true moderation? Your moderation is different from my moderation. And have you always been eating in moderation? And how is that working for you? So I'm not really a big moderation fan. What I'm saying is if I choose to eat something that is unhealthy for me and I know like a piece of cake or something like that, let's try to keep the thing into its proper serving size. Let's try to not eat more than 2 servings of whatever that thing is. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a carbohydrate. It's going to be a cake, a cookie, a pie, or whatever the case is. So I say, look, keep it in portion size. Be mindful if you do eat that. I'm not telling you to eat that, but some people give in and they do eat it. And don't condemn yourself for it. Just know that, look, that wasn't the best decision, but I was mindful because before I'd have probably ate the whole pie. You know what I'm saying? Or I would have ordered the double large, this and that. I only got this. And okay, so you just did better. We always trying to get 1% better. All right. Now when eating at night, I do want to be mindful of how much I eat because I'm not going to be as active to burn the food off. But your metabolism is still revved up. So I'm gonna say that one more time. When it comes to eating at night, I do want to be mindful of how much I do eat because I am not going to be as active to burn off the food. So the difference between eating like let's say 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. is 9 times out of 10, you're usually a lot more active. I mean, some people got midnight jobs, so I understand that. But for the majority of people, you're usually more active in the morning time, in the evening time, in afternoon time. You're more active, so you can burn off some of those calories that you just put on, some of that food you just put in. But I will say this, your metabolism is still revved up because your metabolism, when you eat, something called the thermic effect of food still happens. That just means that certain foods are higher, that are high in like protein and fiber. They require your body to use more energy to digest them and break them down. So they have a higher thermic effect of food than, let's say, some processed food that's already broken down, like cake and cookies and burgers and stuff like that. So your metabolism is still working. If I go to eat a piece of steak or piece of fruit or a salad or some type of healthy fat, my metabolism is about to start working hard, really, 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 to break that down, to break it up and to burn it off. So your metabolism, it still works the same at night or in the morning. Um, that doesn't change at all. Now I'm gonna say something that, according to the University of Arkansas for Medical Science, when it comes to weight gain, or it's a cool little thing I saw. It says when it comes to weight gain or loss, it is not the time of day that makes the difference. It's what you are consuming. Same thing I said. So it was cool to find that they actually agree with me. Even though your metabolism is slower at night when you are stationary than when you are active, that's what I explained. But your metabolism never stops working, even when you are sleeping. Calories consumed at night won't change your metabolism or count more than calories consumed during the day, because you have something called a basal metabolic rate. And your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories expended or burned or required to keep your body functioning properly. This part of your metabolism controls involuntary bodily function like blood circulating, breathing, digesting, blinking. So, because your body still has to work, you have your thermic effect of food, you also have your basal metabolic rate that is still working at night. So it's not like your body's just shut down and whatever I eat at night, it stores that fat. It doesn't happen like that. Like I said, it's about what we eat and how much we eat. So I'm going to give you 7 tips to defend against poor late night choices. All right. So, number one, eat a larger breakfast and lunch full of protein, fruits and veggies, smart carbs, and healthy fats. You may say, why do that? The reason why is because sometimes your body goes into something called, I like to call it, calorie chasing mode. Because I didn't eat enough calories for my body to function properly, for my metabolism to really work and to burn off fat and stuff like that. So that's why I get them late night munchies sometimes, because I may be working all day, not eating no food, so busy, so distracted. Then it gets super late. I say, oh shoot, I gotta eat something. Those things tend to happen. So a tip could be eat a larger breakfast and lunch full of protein, colorful fruits and veggies, smart carbs, healthy fats. Number two, try eating 4 to 5 smaller meals during the day to help stave off late night hunger. So I've done this before, and I give this tip to a lot of people. They say, man, that's crazy. That works a lot better. So instead of eating like two big meals or 3 big meals or whatever, they just eat smaller meals throughout the day, keeps that metabolism revved up and going and going and going and going. And it fights off the late night hunger because your body is still working through those little small meals. Because those 2 small meals two large meals that you eat, you can break those down into, okay, now I'm eating every 3 hours or 4 hours, whatever, and I'm able to burn, 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 burn like that. And I'm not crazy hungry late at night because I done had my fill. Now they're smaller meals, they're not like full-blown meals. So they say, oh, that's a lot of food. No, I mean like this. Let's say, okay, I got finished working out the other day. I took some Greek yogurt, put some cranberries and raisin in there. So that was my protein. That was my carb, and some mixed nuts and dark chocolate. And I put all that in a little protein cup, drank some water with it, ate that. I was good to go. That's a little small meal. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about eat like, portion size of these big old things all day long. Keeping your stuff in portion size, don't get me wrong, but you don't got to eat full blown meals. You can eat smaller meals. It'll stave off that hunger late at night. Number 3, don't allow yourself to go hungry for the majority of your day, because then your body will get into a mode, like I just said, I like to call calorie chasing, where it will eat and consume food later at night until it's completely satisfied. So don't just go hungry. Look, take time to eat. You can do that. You can stop for 10 minutes. Okay, think about that. If you work 8-hour shift, you can stop for 10 minutes a few times, or work from home or whatever. Stop and take care of your body. You need to be healthy. So don't let yourself get into the I didn't eat nothing hungry late at night. And those are choices. And sometimes those are mindless choices because we're just so accustomed to some things. So it's not like a put down on nobody, but it's like, look, stop, eat something. Why? Okay, I'm not crazy hungry to eat something. Eat something small, man. Because you don't want to just starve yourself and then you find yourself pounding all type of food late at night. Number 4, stop skipping meals. Don't go longer periods of time in between meals. So don't go 6 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours in between meals. Number 1, your blood sugar starts to drop. You know what I'm saying? When you go for that long time. And number 2, you're hungry, or your body has now, it had already released that hunger hormone. You went through that. So now your body adjusts. So then your body starts to slow down the metabolism, slow down the fat burning process. Everything just starts to slow down now, and you're not able to burn as many calories, burn as much fat like you want to, because your body's saying, all right, I don't know next time this person's going to eat, so I'm going to slow down everything until they eat again. So that's why some people get to those standstills, and they get to those points where it's like, man, I feel like I've been doing everything, but I can't lose no weight now, because they get to those points where it's like, all right, man, we got to get that body moving. Like, we got to get that inside working for us, not against us. We don't want our bodies going into starvation mode or hibernation mode. And that's what you do when you skip all those meals. Number 5, tip to defending against poor late night choices: dodge quick fixes. After a long day of work, a fast food burger is tempting, but not wise. So try to dodge those quick fixes. I'm on my way home. I'm about to get home. And oh man, let me stop at Burger King. Let me stop at this place. Let me get a pizza. I'm lazy. I don't feel like cooking. Da, 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 da. It's a lot of stuff. Dodge those quick fixes. Like, you don't need to eat some crap from a convenience store. Go home or pack your food. Okay, so try to dodge those quick fixes, because what happens is you get up, like I said, you get off late at night. You're gonna probably pass about 10 poor choices, meaning you're gonna pass all these restaurants, your McDonald's, your Arby's, convenience stores, your gas station. And you can get healthier choices in those too, but a lot of time we don't go in those places for healthy. So try to dodge those quick fixes. Number 6, meal prep. Man, the ultimate defense mechanism against poor nutritional decisions is meal prep. Like I said, we get off of work after a long day. I got food meal prep for me already. Guess what? I go past the store, I go home, and I eat my food. Late at night, I got chicken breasts in there, broccoli, I got shrimp, I got steak, I got whatever. So look, I'm prepped already. So my food choices are going to be healthier because they're right there and ready. All I got to do is put in the microwave for a few minutes. So meal prepping is going to be key, because when you're still hungry after you eat your dinner. So I just ate my dinner probably a little bit before 6, before I got on here. I might not go to bed till about 10. I'm sure I'm gonna be hungry. So my goal is now, I got lean protein and I just ate some pork chops. Probably give me a serving size more of pork chops. If I want to eat something else, I'll give me some green beans. That's going to be good. I'm gonna be good to go because I got goals. Number 7, have quick, tasty options on deck. Something that does not take a long time to prepare or make. These is when your mixed nuts or your protein bars or a smoothie or something that you like that's tasty, that's not detrimental to your health, and it's a quick option. Because if you got to think about cooking it and doing all this stuff after a long day of work, it's going to be hard. You're going to find yourself binging and eating some food that you don't really want to late night. Okay. So, this is what usually happens to an untrained person at night, or the person who lacks nutritional maturity, because being healthy is a new thing. Now, none of those are disrespects, none of those are shots at people, but look, it is what it is. When you come into something new, you just lack the nutritional maturity. You're untrained in these things. So, okay, that's all right. So this is what usually happens at night. You do poor nutritional decision. You're tired, so you have physical and mental exhaustion. You don't want to think. You make these poor decisions at night because you're just trying to relax. Work was hard and frustrating. I don't want to think anymore. I let my guard down. Not caring what goes into my mouth as long as it tastes good, and it causes us to lower our standard. But guess what? I don't got that stress no more. We eat a big old gigantic meal. Lazy, so let's get the easy choice that's quick, cheap, convenient, and tastes good. These are the things that usually people struggle with when it comes to late night eating. They're just tired, man. They just want to relax and they want some food, or they're hungry. So I put this: be on the lookout. If your body does not actually need that food, it will store it as fat. So that's the other thing about late night eating. When I say need that food, I mean you're literally legit hungry. I say, here's a tip: test hunger with a drink, preferably water. Then wait 10 minutes to see what it really was. Was it hunger or thirst? If you are hungry, eat. No guilt, no condemnation, no shame. So, are you really hungry or are you thirsty? That could be a question that you may need to ask yourself when you are coming into eating late. So be on the lookout, man. If you eating late at night and you're not truly hungry, even though the food is healthy, we don't teach you all to just eat healthy food all day long. We say, no, eat when you're hungry. Be mindful. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat some food. Now it's late at night. I just want something in my mouth or something like that. Okay, then understand this. That's cool and all, but the food that you're eating is going to probably store as fat because you're not truly hungry. And how do I know if I'm hungry? Like I said, test it with water. And you know that feeling you got, you hungry, if you haven't eaten in a while, or if your stomach starts to not like burning, like hurt, but you starts to get that, man, that you know the difference between being hungry and different between being tired, bored, stressed out, and all these other things. So really, really pay attention to that, because that's going to be key when it comes to late night eating as well. All right. So that's it for the late night eating teaching. If you have any questions, make sure after you watch the video, you post it on there. Text me directly. I would love to answer those questions. We can love to talk about it. The more you ask, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you know. It can be an amazing thing. Okay.